Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I wanted to give you a brief explanation of color levels and color tones and go over a little bit of color theory in hair so that you can determine what color is both right for you and whether that color is achievable with your hair type and hair color. So I did a video similar to this years ago, but it was very technical and very long, and I still get a lot of questions, so I figured I wanted to really give you more even in-depth information, but really keeping it simple and basic so that even if you're not a hairdresser, you still understand this a little bit more. So I just want to start off with a very basic color level chart. So this is the darkest, which is basically a black, and this is a blonde. Now some coloring brands work on a 1 to 10 level. Some companies go from like 2 to 12. It doesn't matter because the range of colors is still the same, obviously. So the first thing that you really need to understand about hair, if you're even thinking about changing your hair color, is the level. And the level is the most important thing. And a lot of people will say tone when they mean level, and a lot of people will say color or hue or darkness or any of that. But level just means how light or how dark the hair is. This doesn't mean what kind of tone, whether it's gold, whether it's ashy, whether it's blue, whether it's purple, whether it's red. Level doesn't say any of that. So basically, if you imagine the darkest level of hair color, if I were to put, say, a green color over that, is that gonna show? No, it's not. And that answers a lot of questions of a lot of girls that come in with dark hair and want, pastels or, just like really bright colors. And when I tell them you have to bleach your hair first, they don't understand. They're like, why can't you just put the pastel color on? Because if I were to take a blue marker and, color over that, you're not going to see that because it's a dark canvas. We need to bleach it and brighten the canvas up so that that color can actually show. So that's one of the most asked questions. Now we're jumping into tone. And a lot of people will say, like, I hate the tone of my hair, I want to be lighter. Then that means you don't like the level of your hair, not the tone of your hair. Because like I said, all of our hair is one of these levels. Everyone on earth, their hair is one of these levels. So basically my hair down here is about a level 10, and the darkest pieces are about a level 6. So the other thing is when people say, like, my hair is brown and I want it to be ashy. Again, ash is like, imagine like a violet-y, almost greenish tint. Again, if I were to put a green marker over that, is that going to show? Not really. So that's another thing that I explain to clients when they want this color, super gorgeous and really ashy color. What this color actually is you have to bleach to about here and then put in that super ashy color, and it almost deepens you up. So you're kind of back at that level, but you're much ashier because you have that light base that we can add that ash to. So the way I like to imagine this color chart is, again, this is the levels, and then on the top and the bottom for each color there is tone. So let's just imagine that the whole top section is gold and the whole bottom section is ashy. And then what you see here is the neutral form of each level. But the main thing that I want you guys to understand is in order to really get ash into the hair, you kind of have to be in this range here. You have to be like a level 7 or lighter for us to really add ash into that color. Because naturally these colors if you look at them like on a color wheel, these colors, their main color to make up this rich, intense dark colors is red. So if you're stripping the dark out, what's first going to be exposed is the reddish and orangish kind of tones. So a lot of times when people are like, my hair just like always fades to this really orangey tone, not if you go to here, because if you're blonde and the hair is bright, that hair it's not gonna go back ever. But it will go back to its original tone. And technically there should be a gold, a neutral, and an ash for each level. But again, on something as dark as this, there's not going to be a cool version of this and a dark version of this. It's just so dark. And the same thing goes all the way kind of up until about a level 5-ish. So from then on, then you have a little bit more range, and you can, be a 7 gold or a 7 ash or an 8 gold or an 8 ash. And the point of this video is hopefully not to bore you with all of this color theory. And if you're not a hairdresser, this probably sounds like a different language. but I'm really trying to simplify it as much as I absolutely can. Not that you need to learn this, but it makes it so much more helpful when there's a color that you want and you can't seem to get there. Hopefully this will answer a lot of those questions and you yourself can determine, yes, I can actually get there, or no, that what I thought I wanted, that doesn't exist. And now probably for the last and most crucial part, as me being a blonde specialist, obviously I lighten a lot of hair that's in this range that want to be here. So normally color specialists will lift you 1 to 2 colors maybe, and either again change the tone, maybe make you extra gold, maybe make you extra ashy. That's what a color specialist is really creating these sort of colors, but not necessarily jumping from here to here or here to here. The blonde specialist, we take you from the beginning part of this color chart to the end. And that is the trickiest thing you can do with hair, because obviously it involves a lot of science and it involves a lot of risk, which is obviously the scary part. So if someone comes in with, say, level 5 hair, technically, I don't care how amazing that bleach is, normally you can only lift 3 to 4 levels in one session. And that's with the most amazing bleach, the most amazing add-ons such as Olaplex or Redken's pH bonder, and most of all, the hair needs to be healthy from the start. This is in the best possible situation. So you come in with healthy hair and we're using a pH bonder in the hair, meaning that we can go a lot stronger with the bleach and your hair is still going to be healthy. So even doing all of that, like I said, we can still only jump 3, maybe 4 levels. So this is why if you come in with, say, this level hair, you can't get there in one day. No, I mean, unless the hairdresser does multiple blonding sessions in one day, which is really not advisable and can completely damage your hair to like its melting point. Say you're coming in with hair that's already pretty fatigued, you've already had a few bleaching sessions, and say you're about here. If your hair is dry, damaged, and brittle, we really have to go lower on the developer, which means you're going to get even less lift, which means less range on this color chart. So maybe we can only do 10 volume or 20 volume, which is only going to give you 1 level of lift, maybe 2 levels of lift. Doing 2 levels of lift and then with a toner, you're not going to notice much difference, and this is where it becomes really frustrating with clients that don't have necessarily healthy hair, but do want to become blonde. Now, that is not to say that you can't ever get there. It just means that before you go on with the coloring sessions, you really need to heal your hair. So obviously, if your hair is already a little bit compromised, absolutely don't get your hair bleached without Olaplex, without a pH bonder. It really is the insurance for your hair, because I can't stress enough how amazing and beautiful blonde hair will look on healthy hair. Because you can get someone from here maybe to here in one day and get them really blonde, but if their hair is straw and dry and damaged like, it is not going to look pretty, and it's not even going to look like it's the level it actually is. So in order to really have that bright, gorgeous, buttery blonde hair, the hair needs to be healthy first. And now, aside from what you can get done in a salon, there's definitely homework you can be doing at home before even going into a color appointment. And that starts with using good healing hair products at home. You guys have heard me talk about this countless times, but I can't stress how important it is to really heal your hair. And as you guys know, until today, as a hairdresser, for all the products I have ever tried, nothing has ever healed hair as well as the Monat system. I can't tell you how many clients have come in with dry damaged hair that I wasn't even able to work on. I send them home, I ask them to get on a Monat regimen, and 4 to 6 weeks later, they come back and we were able to get their hair finally to their dream color. Even when I have one of those days that I have to turn away a client because there's nothing I can do on their hair, trust me, it's just as sad for me as it is for you guys. A, I'm not making money, and B, I'm not doing my duty. I'm not giving you your dream hair. And that's obviously a terrible, terrible feeling. But I promise you that when your hair is healthy, you're gonna love your hair and that new color so much more. So guys, do your homework. I hope that this little color chart and this little explanation has helped. I love you all so, so much. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.